All right, so the Miami Dolphins are no strangers to headlines this offseason, especially their new addition, Tyreek Hill, who's been all over the news recently. And I know, Miles, you have the latest there. But before we get into that, I want the Miami Dolphins fan base comment below. How many touchdowns do you think Tyreek Hill will have this season? Obviously, they're expecting a lot out of him. So let us know, how many scores do you think he'll have? But Miles, let's get back to the Dolphins. What's the latest out of Miami?
Well, Nick, there's been kind of a crazy amount of Tyreek Hill anecdotes that have come out in the last week or so, talking mainly about his chemistry, this newfound chemistry with our new teammate Tua Tagovailoa. And some of the stuff he said is crazy, and I'll read it to you a little bit. So Tyreek says that on his It Needed to Be Said podcast, he said, you can expect a Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra type connection between him and Tua. And at first, when I thought about this, I was like, that's crazy. They met, there was like a whirlwind relationship, they got married and divorced in like 9 days. But we got to look past the divorce part. What I think he's trying to say is that in such a short amount of time, him and Tua have grown inseparable. And I will tell you how inseparable, because in our next quip, over on another story by Martin O'Donnell, Tyreek says basically his relationship, he wants them to be so together, I'll paraphrase, that when Tua wakes up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., Tyreek Hill's going to be there in his kitchen, just cooking some stuff. And then Tua's going to be like, what are you doing here? But it's not that big of a deal because they're that close. So basically, Tyreek Hill commits like breaking and entering on Tua's house, but it's not a big deal anymore because they're that close. That's a heck of a connection, wouldn't you say, Nick?
Yeah, that's definitely a little out there coming from Tyreek Hill. But at least to his point, they're trying to develop that camaraderie, that relationship. We've seen, quarterbacks and receivers develop these really close bonds. Obviously, Brady and Gronk had a weird thing. Brady and Edelman had a weird thing too. So that definitely plays a role. And I guess some credit to Tyreek Hill for trying to establish that relationship, right? I mean, at least he's going that extra mile.
Yeah, and let's get more into it. I know we have some stats to break it down, but Tyreek Hill's really saying what he really means by all of this. He wants them to be close enough, and he goes on to say, so if I'm running a 60-yard route downfield and I just decide to turn it into a comeback route, that Tua's going to have the ball right there. They just need to be on the same page about everything, because Tyreek wants to be able to improvise, but Tua can almost feel like he knows what Tyreek is going to do. But if we look deeper into this Dolphins offense, like even last year, there's been some places Tua struggled. And Nick, I'm going to bring up some next-gen stats that we have of Tua's passing. And what I see off of these stats is there's a clear area where the Dolphins and Tua have had some trouble in the middle of the field. They've had trouble getting stuff in the middle of the field. What do you think about all of this?
So obviously, when you look at this, there's a couple things that jump out at you. A lot of short passing is where a lot of the green is, right? So that's a lot of the dink and dunks, the check downs, and that's been a lot of the criticism of Tua, is that he's too quick to go to those throws. There is some success on the outside, on the left side of the field. I think a lot of that is Jalen Waddle, and obviously Tua being left-handed, he's predicated to go that way. But I think it's very important here to notice that very little of this is Tua's fault, and that goes into our next image. It's a lot of it of how defenses play the Dolphins, and this is the Dolphins lining up against the Patriots, the final game of the 2021 season. I mean, look at how that defense is lined up. First of all, you notice a single high safety. That's a lot of guys in the box. So whether they're blitzing, and it's got to be a quick though, or more likely a crowded zone, sort of maybe a cover 3 look, maybe cover 1 with man across the board and a safety roving close to the line of scrimmage. You look at that, there's nowhere to go in the middle of the field. I mean, there is no easy completion there at all, right? I mean, what is Tua supposed to do? There is no easy slant. He almost has to hit the check out or hope a guy like Waddle can beat someone one-on-one.
Yeah, no, it seems very crowded in that middle of the field. And as you said, they even brought an extra safety down to kind of block things together. But I think the addition of Tyreek Hill is that key into the offense's growth over the next season, because of something we kind of talked about as a negative for the Chiefs, in a way that people did things to the Chiefs, but they don't play the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill last year the same as they played Tua. And I'll bring up our second image, and maybe you can talk a little bit about the differences between the two.
Yeah, if you look at this image, so this is the Cincinnati Bengals playing against the Chiefs in last year's AFC Championship game. The first thing that jumps out is the two deep safeties, right? They're 15 plus yards off the ball. And look at all that space now in the middle of the field. Look at those seams. Look at the hashes. Look at, behind the linebackers, in front of the safeties. Look how much room there is to operate. And that is the ability, or that is the impact a guy like Tyreek Hill can have on your offense, for your offense, as the defense tries to react because they're terrified of his big play potential. Look at how much more successful Tua is going to be throwing in the middle of the field when he's going against coverages like this versus what he had to do against defenses like what the Patriots were playing in the prior graphic. This is all what Tyreek Hill is going to bring to the table, and it's going to be huge for Tua and the Dolphins.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.